Welcome back to the Working Class Musician YouTube channel. I am Jimmy Franklin. This channel is always going to be dedicated to making sure that you get the most bang for your buck when you're buying new gear. Today we're going to talk about the differences between using single coils and something like a coil split, and we're going to see if you guys can tell the difference. That being said, to be sure that you always come to me before you overspend, hit that subscribe button down there. Let's get into it. Okay, first of all, it's so important to talk about some of the history behind guitar pickups in the first place to establish how in the hell we got here. There's a point in history not too long ago where we had only one type of guitar. These were known as acoustic guitars. And for some of you who are old enough to remember what an acoustic guitar was, an acoustic guitar was basically more or less over-glamorized firewood with some strings on it. And people did not take it lightly. Let me tell you, it sparked a revolution. You saw the acoustic guitar at festivals all over the world. And then we evolved to have thumbs and we discovered fire. And then we discovered that if we took the wiring out of a telephone and wrapped it with a few more wires, we could use the magnets to pick up the sound from behind the strings and create the electric guitar. That's how history went. We were Neanderthals and we had acoustic guitars, and then we got thumbs and created fire, and then the electric guitar. Look it up, it's history, you can't argue it. Where was I? So when we discovered that you could create a guitar pickup by just winding extra wire around magnets, we invented what is known as the single coil pickup. The single coil pickup is just one set of magnets with one coil of wire wrapped around it. The single coil pickup brought everything to new levels. They had one design flaw that wouldn't expose itself for some time. It was very easy to make the guitar louder. Once we evolved into heavier styles of music, however, something unexpected happened. That's right, they hissed like crazy once we started getting into a higher gain style of music. There was a lot of ways that people tried to get rid of this hum, but all seemed to fail in comparison to what was coming next. They realized that if you put two of these single coil pickups together and wind both coils, you buck the hum. And in walks the humbucker pickup. Now, 80 years past the invention of the double coil or the humbucker pickup, we have spent countless hours, and so many guitar companies have spent so much money trying to just split the humbucker again without having to put single coils in it. And in recent years now, we have such good single coil split style guitars. They have so many better options, and the IBANEZ AZ happens to be one of my preferred styles of coil split. They're probably the ones that do it the absolute best. So I'm lucky that I have this guitar for this comparison right now. On the single coil side, we have nothing but the absolute best. There's nothing better to test the single coil sound than a 60s style Fiesta Red gold hardware Fender Strat. Yeah, it's made in Mexico, but who cares? It's got the same stuff. These are 60s style pickups. Let's see if the coil split can fool you here. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna play a bunch of different pre-recorded tracks, and you're gonna decide which one sounds like the single coils and which one sounds like a coil split. So let's get into it. Let's see what it sounds like, okay? Test number one. Let's hear both tracks and let's see which one is which. Be sure to stick around till the end of the video for all the answers and see if you were right. Track number 2, I'm going to do a little bit more of a big chunky chords riffing kind of thing. So let's hear it. Test number 3, guys. This is going to be the wild shred test. We're just gonna Yngwie Malmsteen these suckers and see what happens. So here we go. Test number 3, high gain shred test. Oh my God, they're both so gorgeous. It's always nice to have the Strat versus Super Strat thing. I hope you have all your answers locked in because it is time for the big reveal. As far as test number 1 goes, track 1 was the single coils and track 2 was the coil split. Test number 2, the first track you heard was also the red Strat and the second track was the coil split. I know the coil split sounds so good. Even though it's not a direct comparison to a true single coil, it has its own tasteful, unique sound, and I think it's extremely important. And track number 3, where we just shredded face on single coils, through all the buzzing and the humming of the shred test. The first track in test number 3 that you heard was the IBANEZ. It was, in fact, the IBANEZ. That's right, guys. Track number 1 was the coil split. Track number 2 was the true single coils. Make sure you guys comment because I love talking to everyone in the comments below. Let me know your experiences with single coils and coil splits and maybe what you do, what your specific thing is that you love about them. This has been the Working Class Musician YouTube channel. I am Jimmy Franklin, and I will see you next time.